Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a creator on TikTok who says that bodybuilding is an eating disorder, and we're also going to take a look at a couple of other miscellaneous videos. This person is replying to a comment that says, "Why would I want a bunch of people who want to be fat and think it's healthy? Keep contributing to our obesity problem, lol."
Hey buddy, you've been attention seeking in my mutuals comment section for the last day or so I figured I'd give you the attention that you want. Here you go.
Oh wow, they're so nonchalant, dude. This person is cool. They don't even have time for this guy's nonsense right now, dude. Yo. This nerd has been seeking attention. This super cool person will give it to them. Let's see how they straighten them out.
Because, I have more followers than you.
Oh, you have more followers than he does. Well, that takes care of that. Whatever you're about to say is clearly the truth. The work here is done. Good day. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Oh wait, what's that? This just in. It does not matter how many followers you have at all. That doesn't make you right or important.
But, yeah, you have an eating disorder.
Bruh.
Normally that's none of my business, but you make my job harder because you're repackaging this fat phobia and eating disorder back to people as something trendy. And then it becomes my problem, and I have to untraumatize people that are too afraid to set foot in a gym because of gym bros like you.
You have to untraumatize people that have been traumatized in a gym. I think we need to stop throwing around the word traumatize and trauma so loosely. You understand that there are people out there that have been in wars, have been molested and raped, and all kinds of horrible things have happened to them. When you go to the gym and you feel a little insecure because some big buff dude is getting a little too loud with the weights, I think that's pretty generous to be calling that trauma. You're being extremely dramatic just to try to push a point. I saw this dude lifting all these weights, man, and he was grunting, and dude, he put so much effort into it, and I just sat there lightly walking on the treadmill. The way that his veins were popping out of his arms and stuff traumatized me. I will never unsee that. I will never get over this trauma. I might even have PTSD. Also, how are you going to help people unlearn their trauma that they received from seeing somebody else lift a weight? You're going to go to them and be like, "It's okay." You start rubbing their hair. "It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. It's okay. Don't worry. That mean man who's over there lifting a weight and trying to better himself, he can't hurt you now." The way that he strives for excellence and actually pushes himself, it doesn't need to remind you how lazy you are. It doesn't need to remind you how little effort you're putting into this. Here, let me just pet you. Come closer. Let mommy pet you.
But that's kind of the idea, right? You don't actually want people to get healthier. You want them to stay out of the gym so you can have your superiority because your waist is the size of my quads.
Gym bro wants people to stay out of the gym so he can have his superiority. I can tell from this conversation that you've never spoken to a gym bro. Those are some of the nicest, most supportive people on this entire planet. You go into a gym, you see this dude, he's crazy jacked. You're like, "Oh my god, that guy's insane. He's gonna pick me up and throw me right out the freaking window." But he comes up to you and he's like, "Actually, proper form would be to do it this way." Like, dude, those big jacked dudes are the nicest people ever. You know why? Because they don't have anything to prove, because they're secure with the way they look. So their personality is not all like, "Oh my god, everybody's judging me," and then they're a jerk to everybody. That's people like you that do that. People that are secure in themselves are actually very nice. People that are confident are some of the nicest people you would ever want to meet. Also, what are you talking about? Your quad is as big as a gym bro's waist. I love when people who have eaten themselves into being obese try to insult you by saying that you're thin. "Man, you're the size of my ankle." Okay, well, it sounds like your ankles need to lose a lot of weight then, dude. Okay? If your quad is the size of his waist, that's not an insult to him. Your quad is obese. Just your quad, though. The rest of you looks great, but that quad, dude.
It is, probably, right? 28 inches, sound about right? But,
Are you mad that some people have a 28-inch waist? You seem a little angry and jealous and bitter about that. Are you enjoying the content? If you are, please consider subscribing for more. In looking at my analytics lately, I see that there are a lot of returning viewers who are not subscribed. If that's you, please consider subscribing today.
Yeah, I'm gonna eat this delicious ice cream because I have 8x8 back squats tomorrow and I'm trying to get big. Good talk.
Well, the fact that you are super condescending and everything lets me know that you are the winner. You're clearly the dominant person in this conversation. That fool doesn't know anything about anything. Look how sassy you were. Let me just go ahead and take a little time out of my busy schedule to educate you, dumbass. But, lifting weights and trying to eat the food that will help you build muscle is actually an eating disorder. The only thing that is not an eating disorder is just to eat like garbage 24/7. Everything else is an eating disorder, it seems. The worst thing about that whole thing? That wasn't even a good flavor of Ben & Jerry's, dude. Get out of here with that basic ass shit. Alright, now let's take a look at a bonus clip. This person says that they were misdiagnosed with a binge eating disorder, and they actually have a restrictive eating disorder. Let's take a look at them and see which one we think it is. The caption reads, clearly showing every sign of a restrictive ED for years except higher weight. I think the weight part is a pretty important part of it. You show every sign of a restrictive ED despite not restricting. Just in case you're curious, the term restricting does not mean to go 5 minutes without food. It means to literally restrict to the point that you begin to lose weight. If you restrict for 5 minutes and then you binge for 10 minutes, that's not a restrictive ED. You just stopped binging for 5 seconds. That was called a hiatus. That was just like a halftime show. These people must think that in order for it to be a real binge eating disorder, you have to binge 24/7. I stopped eating for about 5 minutes yesterday, so that was my restrictive phase and I have a restrictive ED. Right, except for the higher weight. Misdiagnosed with binge eating disorder for years. So which part of the diagnosis do you think does not fit you? You definitely do the binging part. Dude, have a little bit of self-awareness and quit embarrassing yourself. Why would you come online and say to the world, I keep getting misdiagnosed with having a binge eating disorder. I actually have a restrictive one when you're obese. Why are you signing up for this level of ridicule? I'm just making fun of the ridiculous nonsense that this person says, but I can guarantee you there are a lot of people out there who would say horribly mean things to you for saying that. I'm sure some of the people with a restrictive eating disorder that happen to watch some of these videos would disagree with you. And then I said, can't have a restrictive ED and be obese. You have binge eating disorder. Why can't you just accept it? She cannot accept it because it is not trendy. Tess Holliday started the whole I have a restrictive ED despite being obese trend, and now I have seen several other obese women jump on this trend. I think I know what it is. It's because when you have a restrictive ED, everybody tiptoes around you like, oh, don't trigger this person, they might go off the rails. But if somebody has a binge eating disorder or is obese, everybody's just like, eat less, dum-dum. Perhaps we need to do better with treating these things equally. We should probably show a little more compassion to anyone with an eating disorder. Does that mean I'm going to stop making fun of the nonsense that you say? No. I'm not making fun of any of you for your weight. It's the nonsense that is coming out of your mouth on a regular basis. Every time you open your mouth, systemic, oppressive racist. Like, dude, shut up, okay? Just be quiet. You're going to get a lot more compassion from everyone if you admit that you, A, have a problem, B, that problem is binge eating disorder, and C, the fault of it is your own and you're willing to change. Admit those 3 things and no one will ever question you again for the rest of your life. An update on the Hannah situation. Hello, Frank. Thank you for reaching out. I have a full caseload right now, so I'm not currently able to start new clients. However, I would be happy to add you to my wait list if you'd like. Just let me know. So it looks like there's going to be a delay in getting the Hannah video. I'm going on the waiting list and I have not given up on my coaching session with Hannah. While I wait for availability to get coaching from her, I think I'm going to hit up some of our other friends who do similar coaching services from this site. We will get a coaching session. In fact, I might make it a regular feature on this show. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.